Hello, everybody, and welcome to day 22 of Azure Back to School. Only 8 days left in the month, and only a few more live sessions remaining. Today, we have Prathap Reddy talking about Azure Machine Learning Flow, and he is doing his third session of the month. So, thank you very much for your contributions as well as everybody else's. You can follow along, find his other sessions in the schedule back on azureback2school.github.io. You can look him up on the session speakers and find all three of his sessions that were recorded and are now available on the Azure Back to School YouTube channel. Prathap, thank you very much again for your contributions and for your time here today. I will not delay, and I will give you the floor for your presentation. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dwayne. So, hi everyone, those who are joining from all over the world, very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. A very warm welcome to all of you, those who are joining the today's session. So, today we can discuss about Azure machine learning prompt flows. So that is the new feature that will be comes to our user end. So how it will be, how it will looks like, and everything. So before we start to the session, I would like to play one video, and then we can start and what is prompt flow and everything that we can discuss in detail. So I would like to play this video.
Welcome to Prompt Flow in Azure AI Machine Learning Studio, where developers and data scientists can seamlessly incorporate large language models using natural language as a part of their application. Prompt Flow, currently available in Azure Machine Learning, provides a streamlined experience to quickly create prompt workflows that connect large language models to your organization's data to create intelligent applications. Developers can use Prompt Flow to write, iterate, and evaluate their prompts to better condition their large language models for desired output before deployment. Plus, Prompt Flow works with Azure OpenAI service models, open source models, LangChain, and semantic kernel. Visit aka.ms/prompt_flow to learn more on how to deploy foundation models on Azure AI.
Yeah, so that is about how the prompt flow is working in the machine learning, how the LLM models will be deployed into this machine learning prompt flows, and how the input and output values that will be more accurate to this one. And so we look into that. First of all, I need to represent you. Like I would like to explain about some PPT. So I have the few slides about the PPT, and then we can start. So how it will really looks. So I would like to showcase you some creating some prompt flows and everything. Then we can start again. This okay. So now I would like to. So Dwayne, will you please share my screen? I mean, like my slides. So will you please add my
I do not see your slides. You're gonna have to. I'll remove
yeah.
the video. Now you're gonna have to reshare your
Okay.
screen to get the slides up.
Slides. Okay. Wait. I just uploaded. Okay. Wait. So okay, better. I would like to share my screen. Then I can explain.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. 1 second.
I'm gonna kick. Oops. Oh shoot. Whoops. Just a moment. Some technical difficulty. We'll get that back on here in a moment.
Oh, sorry everyone. So
that was my fault. I thought I was trying to turn off your presentation and I kicked you completely from the stream. So my bad.
Already.
So
Okay,
so you
upload.
should just do present again and present slides or whatever down at the bottom of the StreamYard.
Yeah. Okay, fine. I would like to. Yeah, Please let me know once my screen is visible to you.
Yep, here it comes. I see it now.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go. There's your
Okay.
slides.
Yeah. Sure.
We are
Yeah.
back.
Okay. So
All right, everybody. Thank you for sticking with us
yeah.
on the technical
Yeah, Dwan.
difficulty. You're back online, Prathap. Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, sure. So thank you so much, Dan, for this opportunity. So we are conducting from the month of the whole month from the Azure back to school, in the lots of live streamings as well, with the lots of MVPs and the technical experts as well. And so thank you so much. So this is a wonderful opportunity to. So I have the opportunity to showcase the three live sessions with. Azure back to school, that especially Azure Service Health and Face API, and one more thing is that so that is the Azure machine learning prompt flow. So yeah, so this is the new feature that will be comes to user end in the machine learning. So that is especially in the machine learning studio, that we whenever we have to open the machine learning studio, we have to see that Azure prompt flow, the preview version is available to everyone, so not full version. So we have to I mean enhance the user capabilities and everything. So we have to create our LLM models and the chatbots and everything. We have to give that input that everything. So I would like to yeah yeah. So this is the I think the something will be happening that way. So I would like to introduce myself. So I'm Pratap Reddy. So I'm working as associate consultant at ABDN. So I'm a data engineer, and also so I hold the seven Azure certifications as well. And if you want to reach out
So,
me, so I would like to give you yeah.
Prathap, we're not seeing the slideshow view. We're seeing the
Oh,
PowerPoint view. So
okay.
nothing. So
Yeah, PowerPoint. You
if you would just leave that view, but you're gonna have to scroll in that because we're not seeing your slides aren't advancing
now.
for us.
Okay, wait. Okay, now it's okay. Is it okay?
I'm not. It's not coming up. So it's only
Okay.
showing the PowerPoint with the preview on the side. So it's in the application rather than in slideshow.
Oh, okay. Wait. So, oh my God. Okay, stop sharing. Share again. Give me 1 second.
Yep, no problem.
So if you find my PPT here, I mean uploaded slides are uploaded in the slides interface. Okay, I would like to upload again. That is uh, wait.
No problem.
Screen is visible. So I would like to share the entire screen. Then I can.
That'd be fine. Yeah, just do that. Here it comes.
Yeah. So now is okay.
There we go. Yep. Now we're good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, okay, fine. So
Thank you.
yeah, sorry for the interruption. So guys, yeah. So first of all, so I'm working as a Vedian, as a working in the Vedian company. So I'm a data engineer. So that is my. So we can look into the concept. So later on, I can introduce myself. Yeah. So what is Azure ML prompt flow and everything? Why it is very crucial to in the nowadays and everything? Yeah, let's see. Azure machine learning prompt flow is a feature in Azure machine learning that allows user to create conversational AI models using NLP models. Yes, of course. So, for example, that NLP. So, first of all, the NLP model is to that. So, it's a conversational model, like so the how the every person to person will be conversation conversation is going, and the AA also. So we will give you the prompts, so that what the AA will do. I mean, for example, I give the content, given the information, like so I need the information about the prompt flow. I just given the prompt like that, so that AA will already pre-trained, the AA will be already pre-trained So the everything will be the backend process will be undergoes in the Azure machine learning. So that is called, I mean, that in that they share that Azure machine learning prompt is a future of Azure machine learning that allows you create conversational AI models like LLM models. So we are using nowadays we are using chat GPT, I mean Bing AI and Google Bot, and we have the lots of in the future also we are expecting the lots of chatbots are coming. So that is well using by NLP models. So that is the conversational models, and it provides the framework for the building interactive prompts that guide users through the series questions prompt to gather the information to perform specific tasks. For example, I need to perform in the specific task only, so uh, I need to go for the hallucination. I need to go for the NLP model. I need to create the by using the the specific task by using the LLMs, by using the like prompt flows, and by using the source code. So by using some the specific tasks by specific frameworks of the building interactive prompts. So for example, let's see. I have to create some other prompts like so in Azure ML as a prompt flow. So we have to give the some user context, so how they can create the machine learning prompt flow. So the everything will be pre-trained pre-trained in this ML studio. Okay, I'll show you in the demo so how it will be created by using this one, and by runtime, by connection, and so by creating the flows and everything in this Azure machine learning studio. And this is the basic architecture of this machine learning prompt flow. So we have the so for example, this is the initialization process. In the initialization process, we have to identify the business use case that will be collected by the sample data. So that is there is some source data is there that will be collected by sample data. The once the sample data is collected, to move for the learn how to build the basic prompt. So for they have to the first of all the installation process, so they need to go for the learn how to build the basic prompt, and then they can move for the deploy the flow based the prompt to extend the capability. So we have to extend the capabilities based on the availability and everything in the initialization process. After the initialization process, so once we have to create any basic build prompt, and then you have to train the model. That is the second process is the experimentation, that is training. So in the experimentation, so we have to go for the first thing is that run flow against the sample data. So whatever the data you have to collected here, so we have to run the flow against the sample data, and then once you have to run this one, and then you can go for the evaluate the prompt. So once you evaluate the prompt, so evaluate the prompt means is there any errors or detecting, is there anything that you have to correct in the proper manner, and then you can go for the if the everything evaluation is successful, if the everything is good, the condition is completed, then you can go for, if it is satisfied means you can go for the evaluation and refinement. If it is not satisfied, then you can go for the modify the flow. If there is I'm already said that if there is any corrections or network issues and everything, that you can go for the modify your prompts and tools and everything. Okay, once the evaluation prompt is satisfied with the conditions of the experiment, and then you can go for the evaluation and the refinement. So the evaluation and refinement, there is so the first thing is run flow against the larger data sets, for example, we have to go for the LLM model. So we have to connect with the LLM models and the data sets and everything, and then we can accurately move for the evaluate prompt. So again we have to go for the evaluate the prompt, and in this case also, and the refinement also, we if it is satisfied, okay, so then go for the production department. So the production department will take care of the prompt flow. If it is not satisfied with the refinement model, then again refinement and the evaluation model, they again go back to the modify the plan. So here, so for example, let's see if the prompt is satisfied with the experimentation only. For example, if the some prompts are satisfied with the experimentation, they can go for the evaluation and refinement model. In that experimentation satisfied models only, so only few of them are satisfied with the evaluation and refinement model. Okay, if in that case, if something, if the some other evaluation refinement models is wrong, okay, then it will go for the modify the prompt flows and everything, and finally everything is good if it is satisfied with the evaluation and experimentation and initialization, and the finally it will go for the production model. In the production, So the prompt flow will be move for the this one, like so optimize the flow and deploy and monitor the flow and get user feedback and everything. So for this everything will be the user end, like so the output will be like that, the optimize flow and deploy the monitor flow and get the user feedback and everything. Okay, so this is about the how the prompt flow will be work from the initialization to the experimentation to evolution, refinement to the production. These are the four steps that will be happening in this the whole prompt flow scenario. Okay, next we can go for the role of prompt flows in the Azure ML. So what is the role of Azure machine learning? So why it is very important Azure ML? Yeah, let's see. So we have the test case, like the prompt flow in Azure machine learning plays a crucial role in the creating interactive and user friendly conversational AI models. Yes, of course it will create the user friendly conversational AI models and enhance the user experience and enabling the more effective communication between the users and AI system. Yes, of course. Let's see, for example, we have to go for the chat GPT 3.5 or the chat GPT 4 or the Bing or the Google bot, whatever it may be. So every time they have to updated the versions of their chat gpt or whatever the chatbot it will be, they are updating. Why? Because they're creating the interactive chat conversation. They have to keep on updating. They are enhancing the user experience and enabling. So every time they are asking for the previous slide also, we are in the production department. They're asking for the get end user feedback. So for example, every time, so the main intention, every product they have to ask for the user feedback. So once the user feedback is come, the production department is very run by the uh, run successfully. So okay, so they collect the user feedback and everything, and again they are going for the enhancing the user experience and enabling the more effective communication between the user interface and everything. They are the prompt flows and everything. Okay, and now we have some key features of the prompt flows, so we can discuss about this one and then we can move for the demo session. Okay, first thing is that interactive prompts and an NLP models and input validation, context management, conditional logic, and extensibility and integration. These all are the basic key features of the prompt flows. Okay, now we can discuss about the interactive prompt flows. The interactive prompt flows, interactive plan flows means like it is a user friendly. Like for example, there is a two persons or they're interactive. For example, there is a conversation between. The conversation will be interactive one. So like that only, the Azure Mission prompt flows allows you to create interactive prompts that guide users through the series of questions or prompts to gather the information and perform tasks. So they can, for example, they can gather the information throughout the, so whatever the data sets, whatever the sources it will be, they can gather the information, and based on the requirement only they can perform the task. These prompt can be customized with the text to choice and condition to create the conversational flow. For example, they have the text is there, the choice is there, the condition is there. We have to create the conversational flow because by using this interactive prompts. So this is about interactive. This is the one of the key feature of this interactive prompts. The next thing is this NLP model. The NLP model is very important. Right? Let's see. Natural language processing, the prompt flow. The prompt flow leverages NLP capable to understand the process user input to conversational manner. It can handle the various type of inputs and include text, number, dates, and choice. Perform the text like entity recognition and intent classification. And then in the NLP process, we have the different contents as well. Like they're including the text content, they're including the numbers, they're including the dates, they're including the choices, they have performed the task like entity recognition, intent classification. We have the lots of information in this NLP models. So that's why the NLP, whatever the large language model, they can be created by using this NLP process only. By it, everything they will be the capabilities, the understanding process, and everything will be the conversational model only. So the conversational model only. That's why there is no conversational manner. So so whatever the chat gpt and the Bing and Google, but that is not that much popularity in nowadays, because the conversational is very important in this LLM models. Okay, the input validation. So input validation is very important, because whatever the input that you have to given to that source, this user in the prompt flow, so that is validate. We have to validate that in, for example, let's see. So the prompt flow provides the built-in capabilities to validate and verify the user input. You can define the rules and constraint to ensure that the input meets the required criteria to format before processing to the next step. As for example, let's see. So in the input area, we have to go for the validation. For example, if there is no input, the input is not successfully validated, so we cannot able to move for the next step because of the input is very important. So the input is good, then only the output will be comes into the good manner. Very effective manner only. So that's why the prompt flow provides the built-in capabilities to validate the verify user input. As of course, it defines the various constraints to ensure the input requires the format before processing the next step. As of course, so it will be must and should it will be validating the input. Then only we can move for the next step. Okay. Next, context management. Context management. So it is also the prompt flow allows you to capture and retain the context during the conversation. This means that the model can remember the provide the input or steps, enabling more personalized and relevant conversation. Yes, of course, the context management is very important because the whatever the key factors I'm mentioned here, that is very important. That's why the prompt flow allows you to capture the retain the content during the conversation. This means that the model can remember the previous inputs or steps. For example, the previous inputs means so we are giving for the input validation or steps, whatever the steps we are included in the previously, enabling more personalized or relevant conversations. So whatever the relevant conversations we have to create here, so we need to go for the context management. And conditional logic. In the conditional logic, so we have to go for the conditions like we are already discussed in the flow chart diagram. So whether environmental model or the refinement model. So if the condition is satisfied, then only we can go for the next model. If the condition is not satisfied, then we can come back and modify the data. So that is conditional logic. So if the conditional logic is true, then only you can go for that. Okay, then we can go, let's see. The prompt flow support the conditional logic, enabling dynamic decision making based on the user responses. You can defer the conditions and action based specific user input content. Yes, of course, whatever I'm saying in this flow chart. In the flow chart, they will say that if there is a condition, if the condition is satisfied, then it will go for the next step. If the condition is not satisfied, again you can go and modify the logic and then come back and then and the condition is satisfied and then go. So so once the condition is satisfied in the environment model, it will move for the refinement model. If the environment, the some, for example, the 10 conditions, 10 prompt flows is come to the refinement model, the five of them will satisfied with the refinement model. If the five of them are already, satisfied with the environment model, but not satisfied with the refinement model. That's why again, if that is not satisfied with that refinement model, again they come back to modify and then come back to the refinement model. Once they do that modification is keep on changing, whether we have to go for the creating the conversational model in this conditional logic. Okay, and go for the extensibility. Extensibility is like extensibility, like we have to go for the extensibility model. So the prompt flow provides the flexibility to extend and customize the prompts with your own code or logic. And you can integrate the external services like APIs and custom business rules to enhance the functionality and capabilities of the prompts. Let's see. The prompt flow provides the flexibility to extend and customize the your own code, like own source code, the open source code, whatever it may, own logic. And you can go for the extensibility. You can provide the integrate the services with the API models or the custom business models. So by creating the conversational AIs by using this extensibility of this code and logic. Okay, next thing is this integration. We have to integrate, we have to deploy the model, whatever it may be. So we have to create some prompt flows in the by using from the, we have the some the flows, we have the some the step by step process is there. In that, the prompt flow can be easily integrate into the applications like the chatbots or virtual assistants. It can deploy as a web service using a part of larger AI solutions, allowing to seamless integration into extending the systems or workflows. Let's see. For example, the integration of this prompt flows into various departments like various applications. So we have the LLM models and the prompt NLP models are there. So we have to integrate this into the chat bots like Google bot or being chat GPT or virtual assistants So we can integrate this prompt flows into that this type of services. So it will allows you to seamless integration into the existing systems or workflows. So for example, you are already created, you have to go for and you have to integrate the system. You have to go already the workflows, you have to go for and you have to go for integration process. So this is user, so once you have to integrate it, you can usually enhance your user capabilities and everything that will be happening in this integration part. Okay, now we can go for the advantages. So the final, so we are covering the where I mean and completed the key features of this prompt flows, and come back to the advantages. So we have the some not only some, so we have the lot of advantages are there. So in that I specified a few of them in that so we have the advantages like simplified development and interactive and user experience. So we have the advantage like simplified development. So the development process, so nowadays, previously and the past, we have the development process is very very it will takes a lot of time, but it will after the coming of the LLM models, it will takes very easy to how to create and everything. So it will be very easy to simplify the development process. And interactive user experience, yes, interactive user experience means we have to interact with any users, like it's the conversational model, it is very important. And the input validation and error handling. So input validation and error handling also very i mean very easy to validate the input, and error handling also we have to rectify very quickly. And the context management, in the context management also, so we have the different type of context management, we have to go for it. And flexibility and accessibility integration with Azure ML. So we already, as the integration process we discussed previously, we have already integrated this prompt flows in this Azure machine learning. Okay, and the scalability and deployment options also there. So not only this, we have the lots of advantages while we are using the chatbots and virtual assistants, and so these all are the some advantages of this machine learning prompts. Okay, so there is one more LLM workflows, that is so for example, retrieval augmented generation. In that user question is there, so we have to, the user will be asked for a question in that the how the LLM workflow will be. So query my data. So for example, the query my data is happening is there. So for example, first they can go for the one query the data, if the that will be go for the search index, and then come back to the add result to the prompt. And then you can go for the query model, and then go for the large language model and the syn result. Yes, so the main thing is the dual prompt will be there. So the first prompt will go for the go for the knowledge generation. And the second thing is that to go for the the knowledge is go for the answer generation. So first thing is that first LLM go, the search, query will go and went for the knowledge generation, and the knowledge generation went for the give how to give the answer for this whatever the query asked by the user. Okay, for example, if I'm asking for the questions, give me the 10 questions on prompt flow and everything, they will create and they will create accordingly. And this is how the conversational model will be done in this LLM workflows. Okay, now whether it is a chat GPT, whether it is a Bing, whether it is a Google bot, or whatever the chatbot or whatever the virtual assistant it will be. Okay, now we can go for the demo process. So I would like to share my, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I would like to explain everything. Okay, now we come back to this one. Now I can stop my screen and I will share my Azure screen. Okay. Okay, take today. Yeah, wait guys, so it will reload it. So I would like to sign up with my account with Azure credentials. Once you have to log in with Azure credentials, so you can go for the, I would like to tell you how to create the machine learning prompt flows and everything. Okay, so now I can come back to the home. So in the home button, so everyone has to thorough about this. So we have to go, first of all you have to check for the how many what is the credit limit remaining, we have to go for that. But this Azure machine learning will cost you a lot, whether we have to create any virtual machine or everything, that will cost you a lot. Okay, so one thing is that you can go for the www.portal.azure.com is the official website. You can go for that. You can apply for the free trial or pay as you go, and then you can easily integrate whatever the services that you can. Okay. Now I can go for the this one. I can have go for the machine learning. So I just want to type like Azure machine learning. Okay, so whether it will be, so this is the Azure machine learning. So if you don't have any account of on the Azure machine learning account, you have to go for the, so whether you need for the workspace, whether you need for the any registry. So I need to go for the machine learning workspace. So you have to give some information like so resource group. So I'm given the Azure back to school. So you have to give the one unique name like back to school, like see, yeah. So like that you can do, and whatever the name you have to do, that will be very unique one, and then you can go for the networking option. So whether the networking is public model, whether the networking model input is outbound, private outbound, whether it is a private with approved outbound, so internet outbound as well, we have to go for this networking model. So I can go for the public model, so everyone has to use this one. And I can go for the encryption. So once you have to go for the managed, I mean Microsoft manager keys or custom manager. So if you go for the custom manager, you can give me, so select some the key vault and everything like this way. But I don't want to this one, but I can go for the Microsoft manager keys only, and then I can identify the, so whether you can go for the identify the options, and you can go for the high impact and everything, and then you can next to go for the tags. In that tags you can go specify the some values regarding, so blah 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 blah, so whatever it may be. So you can go for the based on your project only, you can give me the names accordingly. And then finally you can go for the review and create once the validation is completed, and you can create the Azure machine learning workspace. Okay, so I'm already created one Azure machine learning workspace. The once the validation is completed, you can tap on the create button. Okay, so it does not take the much cost. So while we are creating the workspace and everything, but when, so whatever the services that you have created in the machine learning studio, that will take you. I mean that will cost you. Okay, so I would like to go for the deployment is in progress. I'm already creating. Okay, now yeah. I'm already created one the tech day. Okay, ML 2000. So I'm already created one workspace for my Azure machine learning. Okay, so I can go, and here I have to launch the studio. Okay, so once I launch the studio, it will redirect to Azure Machine Learning Studio. Okay, so this is the Azure Machine Learning Studio. So here we have the Azure AI. So before that we have the Azure OpenAI Studio. It will be like that. Now it will be Azure Machine Learning Studio. So it is also comes from Azure AI Studio only. So here we have the different options like home button in this generative AI with the prompt flow. So this is very, so here we can go for this. Today we can discuss about this one. And here we have the model catalogs. We can go for the some model catalogs and everything. So we have the Azure OpenAI language models, and the discover the I mean models are there introducing Llama 2, that is Facebook, I mean Meta company AI. So we have to authorizing some notebooks and automated ML models. We have to go for the designer perspective. We have to go for the automated ML models. So you can go and create for the automated ML models, or else you can go for any designer model. So you can create according to your designing and everything. And then this is the prompt flow. So here we can go for, we can create some designer prompt flows and everything, and I can give after that we have the assets, some other assets as so we have the some other the data we have to, you can create the data sets, you can upload the some data formats and everything. And we have the jobs components and pipelines and environments and models, and we have the different type of information here. Now I can go for the prompt flow. So here this is the preview version that will be enabled. So I'm already created the some workspaces here, that is the flows here. And so now the first thing I have to go and tap onto the run, or otherwise you can go for the connections, otherwise you can go for the runtime. We have the factor index, and we have, so now first I can go for the connections. I just tap onto the connection. So we have the different uh, connections here. So for example, here I have the Azure Content Safety, Azure OpenAI, Cognitive Service, Customer, and OpenAI level. So I have the Azure OpenAI account, Azure OpenAI, right? Yeah. So here we have the Azure OpenAI. So we have to give the some unique names like okay, well, let's see, AzB2S. I given the name like this. Okay, Azure back to school. So subscription ID, I want to go for this free trial. So now this one Azure OpenAI account, the API key and everything, how they can retrieve this is. So I would like to show you how they will come and everything. Okay, so you can come here, and this is the Azure interface. Here we have the Azure. This is my Azure studio, OpenAI studio. Just tap onto the Azure Tech Day. So I already created one Azure OpenAI account. Okay, so just tap onto the explore button. So once we tap on the explore button, or you can redirect to the Azure AI Studio. Here, so I'll let you know. Wait. So it will take few seconds to create and everything. So I can go for the chat playground. Here we can give you some prompt. So this is the LLM of chat GPT. So I can give you that text like a hi. So they can give you some information and everything like. So how can I assist you? So you just tap on. So in the assistant setup, here we have the chat session. In the chat session, the second option is the view code. So you just tap on here. So here we have the information like so for example, let's see, uh, here they're asking, here we are asking for the, so what is the Azure, free trial account, which subscription ID, Azure OpenAI account name, so which API account that you have, so which API base that you have. Okay, so this is where we can find this Azure API key and base value. Okay, I will show you. So I just share this instead of this tab. So here we have the OpenAI API type, and OpenAI API base, and OpenAI API version, and OpenAI API gateway. So here we have the different information about this source code and this API model. And one more thing, we have the some endpoints as well. So we have the endpoint, we have the key values, and you just copy this value. You just copy this key values and everything. Once you copy these values, and you can come back to the machine learning studio. Okay, once you have come back from the Azure AI studio to machine learning studio, you can paste the API key values and base values and type and version. So the version will be like 23.7.21. So we just check it which version it will be. I will share this tab. So let's see. So here the version will be like a 2023.7.1 and preview version, like it's July version. It will be like so this is the one. And once we have to view the all information, you can go for the some information. Okay, let's see. Okay, okay, one second. You back to school. Okay, one second. I think so. I'm already created one Azure account, so it does not create the one more account right now. I think so. So this is the thing. So this is once you have to give all the subscription ID, Azure Open account name, and API names and API base and everything. So just save the, just tap onto the save button. Okay. So once you tap onto save button, and then you can. So I'm already created the Azure 201. So I just go through this one. Okay. So how it will be created and everything like it. So here we have the name and provider and created by the this name and updated on the September 18 and API base and everything. So they will be given so if you want to modify the details, you can go for the here and you can save it here. So once, yeah, now it will be work. So I given the API names and the API base name and Azure type and everything. Okay, once I given this one, and I can go for this save the details. Okay, once I save the details. Okay, and today I can go for the some other models. So once we have to go for the connections, so we have to create not only Azure OpenAI service, we have the content safety, custom models, and OpenAI and quadrants and serve and variant. So we have the different connections as well. Once you can go for this, then you can go for the runtime. So I need to create one runtime account. Let's see, it will take runtime Azure back to school. Okay, Azure back to school. Okay, so for the demo process, okay, I need to create one Azure mission. It will cost you the lot of money. Okay, so you just check for the how much amount they will so it is so you can just for the cost detection and everything they have to check here. So it will takes $0.17 per hour and 0.18 per hour. So once you have to tap on here, you just go up and create one. Okay, I'm creating one instance. Okay, so once I have to go for this instance, I just select it here. Okay, wait. Okay, oh, wait. Oh, it is unable to capture. Okay, so once we have to go for this one, uh, okay, so I'm already created. It will take time, I think. So once you, okay, I just to come back, and then I again create one thing. Okay, I should back to school. Okay, so back to school. I'm in demo process. Just give it the power. I mean, like this way. Okay, okay, existing one. So it will take some time. I think it is something went wrong, so it is unable to grab this one. Okay, so okay, we can look into the next time. I will create one more thing. So once we create the runtime, and so we can go for the upload the some runtime models, and then we can go come here. And in this vector also we can create some the information, like you can go over and update the vector index model, or source type the local folder or the data sets. Or you can have the data sets, you can go for your local folder, you can go for it. You can upload some folders, like which type of folder it will be, and like that only. So I just want to go for the anything. I just want to go for the like personal details, like that way. Okay, I just go for this. I just want to upload this one. I like this way. Okay, and then I can go for the uh, I want to create one PAP name API base, like local host. I just given the name like a local host, and then I can save it here. So once I save the cognitive search connection, and yeah, I want to select that Azure one. Uh, yeah, yeah, I think it supports the HTML models and everything. So this is the different format of this in this folder. Okay, that's why they are not this one. And then you can go for the Azure OpenAI connection. So Azure OpenAI connection, you need for the Azure OpenAI connection, the connections and the compute, and finally you can go for the uh, I mean I mean, what are the model that you need, and you can go for this one, and then you can move for this. So what are the service that you need? So you need to go for the cluster or the compute one, or you can go for this one. Okay, these all are everything that will belongs to this one. Okay, so I can revoke this one. So I would like to create the workflows. Okay, now how the workflows will be created, and everything. So I would like to create the one new workflow and everything. Okay, I just go for the chat workflow. So I want to tap on the chat, and I have to tap on the create button. So once I tap onto the create button, okay, and yeah, so yeah, once I tap onto the create button, this is the interface while it was showing. So here we have this is the input value. So I have to add any input values. I have to add here. I have to in the chart. I have to add any. So I have to any I mean modifications. Everything I have to done here. I have to go for, and I have to add here and everything. So if you don't have any, so what is the output that you have been expected here, and like that way. So for example, I had to add one more input, like I have to add uh, user one, like okay, so the whatever the value it will be like string value. Yeah, okay. So I just give the uh, we have, yeah, we have lots. So I just give the first 100 prime members. So that is not relevant. I given the content this one only. Okay, so I just given this one, and so once we have to this given this one, and you have to add these values, like so for example, you don't want this, you have to add the user names and input and everything. For example, if you want to add any values, okay, yeah, if you want to add any LLM models, so for example, LLM models like Chat GPT, yeah, Chat GPT, okay. If you want to add, you can add here, and if you want to add, if you want to give any prompts like this, so I want to, I need this, okay. I just want to copy the ratio. I have to add here. So we need to go on the run the values. If you if the successfully run the value, you can go show the variants. Okay. So I would like to add here. Okay, one second, guys. Okay. So if you want to add any prompt values here, so you can go here and prompt the value. And I just want to question two, question one, and add the prompt. Okay, so if you want to add the n number of the prompts here, so if you what are the prompts that you have here, so you can go and you have to update some information, you have to run that code and everything. So everything that will be happening here. And so let's see, so one second, guys, and generate the variants. So if you want to go for the generate the variants, how many connections that you want to default Azure opening models or deployment models, you can submit here, and you can go for this generating the models and everything. Okay, so I can don't want to go that one, and I can go for the, I mean, advanced levels. Okay, okay, in this one I can create. Okay, wait. Yeah, sure. Okay, wait. Chat output. Yeah, so this is how the we can give the some, we have to add the some this whatever the input and output values we have to create here. We can add the prompts, and we can add the output and chat values. We have to in the chat we have to validate and modify the data and everything that here. So once everything is done, the chat db chart the data and everything. So once you can go for the clone the data. So once the clone the data is completed, you can go for utilize the I mean update in this model into the chat G. I mean whatever the LLMs, whatever the integration part to be comes to your end. Okay, and I can go for the, so okay, wait. So if you are whatever the input that you have expected, you can go for this one. If you are not familiar this one, you can go for the output. So which output that you have to go for this one and everything. Okay, uh, forgot one thing I want to add here. That is so show the description. Yeah. So if you want to hide, if you want to add the description here, you can go for this one, like text content. Okay, content like that. You can go and you can apply for this one and everything. So you can go accordingly. Okay, and yeah. No. So I want to add the, so I want to show you how to this model will be retrieved and it will be expanded and everything. Forgot this one. Okay, yeah, if you want to I mean, if you want to add not only LLM models and prompt models, if you want to add Python or more tools, so like for example, you can search for the Java, or whatever the things that you all. So we have the only few limited version right now. Why? Because it is the preview version right now. So this is the about the flows, how to create the flows and how it will be generated, and it's this input model to how to, which output, how the output will be deployed and everything. And so if you want to add any runtime models, you can go for this one. You can give the names. We have to create one Azure ML instance and everything, and like that way. Okay, now, and I can go for the okay. I want to create one more thing, that is I have created the chat flow. I can go for the Wikipedia or web classification and like this way. Okay, I can go for the web classification, view the details. I just go for the view details web classification. We have to LLMs and how to feed the charts and the LLM classification, and here we have the step by step process how to do everything. And then I just want to tap on the clone button and just tap on here. So once the tap on button, so we can redirect to here. Okay, so here we have to add any URLs, and you have to add any summarize the data and everything. Okay, so I would like to extend this one. Yeah, so yeah, so here we have to add any URL or anything that we have to. I just want to add one more URL like so I prompt flows. I want to copy this URL and I have to paste that URL here. Okay, so if you want to add the n number of URLs here, and so you have to add any evidence here. Okay, you just go and add the evidence here also, and you have to go for the code evaluation. You have to go for the, I mean, that is the input code validation and everything that will be happening here. And that is everything. So once everything is done, so you can save the LLM model, or yeah, whatever the web classification is done here, you can save the data. Okay, so once the save the data, so the output, the input value, the fetching value, so the fetch the content from the URL, so that will be happening here. Okay, so you can modify the data whatever the content here. Yeah, so you can see in the right right side we have the different workflows. I mean, flows are there. This is the prompt flows. So from the input to how the class, from the input user into the fetch data contents, the input to the classify the text and everything. So this is the summarizing the text content. So they are summarizing the some contents like please summarize the following paragraph in the 100 words. Do not add information is not in the contents like text to text and summary like that. So it will add something related to like this way. So once everything is done, you can go and run this value. So that is not relevant. So if you once it's done, and you just go and clone that model. Okay, and once I clone that model, you have to go and you have to integrate this model and the web model into the some other user friendly like voice assistants or LLM models. Okay, and I can go for the another model that is Wikipedia or Q&A. So ask Wikipedia, chat with the Wikipedia, or bring your data, or Q&A with your own I already completed this. Okay, now I can go for the ask with chat with, or okay, ask chat GPT or chat with Wikipedia. Okay, now I can go for the chat with Wikipedia. I just go for the clone, but tap onto the clone button and add here. And so it will so we are come to end. So here also we have to add any I mean, like so what, which input that you have to add here and everything. Okay, I want to add like one input, like for example I just want to ask one question, like if you want to add uh, okay, what is an LLM model. I want to ask this question, so I just want to go for it. I want to add this one, and if you want to add any, if you I want to give the answer like so. LLM is an, this comes to is one type of NLP model. So we have to give the information like that. We have to give the answers and everything. You have to train the whatever the input, that whatever the things that you have to. So you have to add any prompts. You have to like context and chat GPT. Like I just want to add one more question. Like you can add here. So like that way you can go for and you can add your questions and prompts and everything. You can generate the variants and you can generate the different context. You can go for it and you can add. So here, yeah, let's see, we have the different their files from the input to here. Let's see in the, so we have the query from the quest and get the wiki url and search from the results and search from the result, augmented chat and output how they will give you and everything like that. So this is how we have to go for, and you can add the inputs and you can add the outputs, you can add the llm models, you can add the prompt models, and you can add the Python, you can more tools. We have the different types. So this is how that will be everything. The modification, the one the condition is completed, then we can go for the next step. Once the condition is not satisfied, we can again come back. So that is the condition is satisfied means if the core is not successfully run, so you can again you come back and you can rectify the problem that how it will be work and everything. So this is the how the the prompt loss will be work. So this is only, I mean, in the preview version only. It will, once this version is come to the user friendly manner and everything, it is very, it was awesome to, it was awesome when once you come to this one. So this is about the LLM models. If you feel free to ask me if you have any questions. I'm open up for the questions right now. Yeah,
Thank you very much, Prathap. I don't see any
yeah,
questions in the chat, but certainly you can ask questions in the comments of the YouTube video. I'm sure Prathap can keep an eye on the video on the YouTube channel. If anybody has any comments or anything, feel free to post them. But again, another great demo presentation. I love
yeah,
how all of your presentations have been very hands-on and really showing how to do things. So that's been very
yeah,
helpful and really appreciate it. Really appreciate your
yeah. Thank
contributions
you.
and thank you for being a part of Azure Back to School.
Yeah, sure, sure, definitely. So thank you very much for this opportunity. Feel free to, I mean, drop your queries, I mean, drop your questions in the comment section. Whenever I will want to open this Azure Back to School, so I would like to give you this, I mean, feedback about this open a, I mean, this prompt flows and everything. And thank you so much for this opportunity. So this is all about me. We have the lots of sessions in the up to the end of this month. So feel free to reach out to Dwan and Smith. I mean Derek Smith, and they are conducting this one. And hope the
Yep.
next year also we can 2024 we can conduct the Azure Back to School, and that time also I can explain some more new features and everything. Yeah,
Sounds great. All right. Thank you very much. Have a great day, everybody.
yeah,
And thank you.
yeah,
Have a
thank
great
you.
weekend.
Yeah.
Bye.